Over the last couple of weeks, I've seen so many people rocking these sling bags and keeping their stuff in there. It's a cool way to keep it out of your pockets, keep your setup really nice and minimal, and in my opinion, it looks really good too. So I had to pick up my own sling bag, and I want to share with you in this video kind of what I carry in my EDC and in my sling bag on an everyday basis. Now all these items are kind of tailored around me not having to reach in and out of my backpack and keeping my setup really light and minimal. So I'm a university student, and when you're running around campus or you have a bunch of errands to do, it's really nice having one place where you can just kind of keep everything organized and tidy and safe, and that's what I feel like the sling bag does for me. So without further ado, let's just jump into my EDC in the sling bag. Now the bag itself is from Lululemon. It's all black. It's really nothing fancy. One of my friends actually had it, and I was asking him where'd he get it from, and he said Lululemon. So I was like, okay, I'm just get the same one. The only reason I actually bought it is because I get the varsity athlete at Lululemon. So I was like, okay, let me see if it's something that I would use, and let's see if it's something that I would actually keep my stuff in. And it actually turned out to be pretty good. The bag itself is nice and simple. It has 2 pockets, and inside those pockets there's a little bit of sub pockets to keep everything nice and organized. It feels good, it looks cool, just all black, and it's really just a simple sling bag. The zippers feel high quality, and so does the sling itself. It has a nice little buckle, and overall, no complaints. Now the first thing I keep inside the sling bag instead of my pockets now is my wallet. I feel like overall it just is nicer than keeping it in your jeans, especially if you're wearing kind of skinny jeans and the wallet's kind of showing through. It's just a lot easier to keep it in the sling bag. It's always on me, and normally I'm not reaching for my wallet too much on a regular basis. All my payments and stuff are on Apple Pay, so only I really need it if I'm showing ID or some sort like that. So I just keep it in the sling bag, and it's always on my body, and I can't leave the house without the wallet anyways, so it's just nice to have. Now moving on to the next thing, especially now with the kind of change in season, sometimes your lips get chapped, and I always say you can't be great with chapped lips. So I keep my Burt's Bees chapstick in here. This is probably the most essential thing that I carry because I completely hate having chapped lips. So just put this on at all times. It's with me and solves the issue of having chapped lips. Even if you don't have chapped lips, I suggest just keeping one of these on you at all times, and it gets out the way. You put it in the sling bag, you can forget about it, and it's just always there when you need it. Now if you're anything like me, I tend to wear a lot of white. Of course, I'm not wearing it in this video, but that means that I always have a TietoGo pen in the sling bag as well. I'm kind of a clumsy eater, I'm not gonna lie to you, and sometimes there's a little mishaps at food, especially I eat a lot of pasta, a lot of red pasta, so I guess you could figure out why I would need the TietoGo pen. It's just honestly clutch to have, especially because I don't want to stain these shirts forever. Now the TietoGo pen is something that you never really think of having, but when you do have, it comes clutch. When you need it and you don't have it, it's a terrible feeling. So I always just carry my TietoGo pen with me at all times in the sling bag. Now because it doesn't take room in my pocket, it doesn't get lost in my bag, and I feel like this is like the perfect place to put it. Now the next item that I always have with me is my AirPods Pro. These fit really nicely in the sling bag, and they're light, and they fit really well in my ear as well, which I can't say for the regular AirPods. And these are great, especially at university, because you're listening to music on campus or you're walking around, and the active noise cancellation kind of just tunes everything out. And it's also great to use at the gym when you want to keep your setup a little minimal and you don't want some bulky headphones on. Some AirPods Pros, they sound good, the noise cancellation is good, and when you don't want the noise cancellation, you want to hear things around you, the transparency mode is also good. So I'd say for a university student like me, having a pair of AirPods Pro is a no-brainer. I've been having these for years, and they've never let me down. I love them, and they always go with me in the sling bag. Moving on to my keys. If you follow the channel, you know that I have air tags on my keys, but my keys in here kind of acts as 2 purposes. One, obviously, to drive. I drive to campus, to grocery stores, wherever I'm going, so obviously I need my keys with me, but also the air tag in the sling makes me not lose the sling bag itself. So not only is the air tag just for the keys, but it's also for the sling bag itself. You never know where you leave things nowadays, and especially if you're like me, you're not the most careful person in the world, so losing your sling bag and everything inside is not a good look. So this way, wherever I am, I can always log onto my phone on the Find My app and find exactly where I put it. If I lost it, I can get directions right to it. Or if I forgot it somewhere and it got stolen, then I can set it to lost mode and then hopefully find it. I haven't been in a situation where I needed to do that yet, but I always say I'd rather have the feature and not need it than need it and not have it. So my keys go in here, and it's just one more added layer of protection and security for me to not lose my stuff. Now this one's a little odd, but hear me out. I always keep some gift cards in my sling bag. So when I'm going out to the movies or to dinner or something, I probably won't carry my whole bag because it's just too much to take. But I want to keep all my stuff together, so I carry the sling bag so I can keep my pockets minimal. And I want some discounts. I don't want to spend too much money, so I keep some gift cards with me at all times. I got gift cards for the movies, for ice cream, for restaurants, for Subway. I got gift cards for pretty much everything, and I don't want to forget these gift cards, so I just keep them in the sling bag. I don't want to put them in my wallet either because I want to keep my wallet thin, so I think this is the perfect place to put it. And no matter where I am, I got a gift card to save me money. And honestly, if you got a bunch of gift cards, just put it in one place where you take it along with you everywhere you go, and then you actually won't forget that you have these gift cards, and then you could use them, and then you could thank me later. I also always carry a pen. You never know when you have to write things down. And if you know me, I always have a notebook with me in my backpack. So having a pen to write things down is, I mean, you kind of need it. But also you never know when you're in a situation where you just have to write things down. Maybe you have to fill a form, write something on a birthday card. I don't know. But having your own pen is always so much better than having to beg other people to use their pen. I used to be that guy when I used to be in high school, always asking people, yo, can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your pencil? I am no longer that guy, and I can say that I have not looked back ever since. So I always have a pen with me in the EDC, and it actually comes in a lot more handy than you'd ever think. So just carry a pen with you. Alright, so like I said earlier, you can't be great with chapped lips. That also goes for bad breath. You can't be great when you have bad breath, so that means I always carry a pack of gum with me pretty much everywhere I go. Carrying gum with you in your pockets is probably the worst thing ever, so that's why I put it in the sling bag, because you're sitting on it. Especially, I've had this incident in the summer where it's hot outside. I've carried gum in my pocket and it's melted in my pocket because of how hot it was in the summer, and then that's just a big mess. So carry this one in your sling bag. If you like eating like me, and you like eating shawarma, especially with extra garlic sauce, having a gum is pretty much a non-negotiable because you do not want to be spreading those fumes around. But I always keep some gum with me because I actually really just, one, like chewing on things, which you'll see in the next item, and two, you always want to keep your breath smelling good. And speaking on chewing things, it's actually a bad habit, but it is what it is. I always carry a pack of toothpicks. Ever since I was in high school, I can remember me just chewing on a toothpick for some reason. I don't know why, I don't know how the habit started, and it kind of went away when the whole mask mandate was off. But now that you don't need a mask in more locations than not, you'll find me with a toothpick in my mouth. I don't really know, I just use it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of this video. That's everything that I carry with me on a daily basis. Like I said, this video is kind of like the basics that I need just to have a good day, to function. Things that I kind of want to keep with me, but I don't want to put them in my pocket, and I don't want to be reaching inside a big backpack. So I feel like this sling bag is something that I'm definitely enjoying these days. Definitely want to pick up a couple more of them in a couple different styles, maybe a couple different colors, because I actually am really enjoying having it. If you made it to the end, make sure you subscribe to the video, because if you did make it this far, you're a real one, and click that thumbs up button. My name is Aryan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.